Attack the enemy! Victory is ours!
Hello everybody, welcome back for another Soviet 8.0 lineup battle and abandoned factory. This was a pretty good comeback win that our team had after it was a bit of a seesaw battle, went back and forth a few times. This was from 7 July 2017. It was the day after I had researched the Bravo 412B shells for the T-54 1951, as you saw yesterday. So I've got those loaded up, and we're going to move in towards the A point and see what we can do to capture it and or stop the enemy from taking it themselves. Preferably capture it. Preferably also stop them from taking it by killing a few of them. A few names that are pretty familiar there, including some of my subscribers and Discord members on the other team. Looking at you there, Ovid, the nice guy. So rolling up to the A point here with my random squad mate in his T-55A and some other teammates alongside of me there. Now you'll notice all the way at the bottom, most southern part of the screen, we have a heavy. Keep an eye on him, because he's a big contributor to this battle. So our team basically split up and went around either side. We get to the A point and the C point at the same time. Nobody went for B, which is alright, because we'll take the two and then we'll move into towards the middle to capture the B point. Make it into the B point with enough time to get more than half of the capture, so no problem there. I like capturing it from over here on this side behind these pipes because you're pretty well covered and you can generally see anything coming. And it lends itself pretty well to follow up either attacks to the side there to the south or pushing forward again. So we've got some artillery coming down on us at the A point, which is not really surprising. There should be artillery going at the B point as well from our team. So I'm going to move in, take a look down there for anybody coming up from their spawn. There isn't anyone, so we're going to switch and head over to the B point and see if we can start contesting it away from them, while simultaneously pushing the perimeter outside of the A point so they can't come and take it back, and I run right into an M47. We both take snapshots on each other and both destroy each other's track, which was pretty funny. I was going to go for a shot into the lower part of his turret and then decide at the last second to put a shot into his lower front plate, which was probably the best decision I could make as it knocked him out. Had to spend a little bit of time repairing my tracks, but the upgraded shells are already paying dividends for me here. So I can hear another tank off to my left. I'm not sure what it is, although it looks like on the mini-map it's going to be a friendly, so I'm not too worried. So tracks are fixed. Let's continue our push on to the B point. Take a quick look over to the left just to make sure, and it is in fact the friendly tank that I thought it was from the minimap. That's the guy I heard, so no problem there. And there's the guy in the south in the heavy, continuing his slow trundle towards their spawn. My squad mate off to the right of me. I've got another friendly tank off to the left of me. We're moving in a decent little line up to the B point. Very nice. And our team gets to B and starts taking B right before we get there, so even better. We've lost the C point, but that's okay because we're taking the B point back, so we're still continuing to maintain a 2 capture point advantage, or 2-to-1 capture point advantage, I should say. A 1 capture point advantage, really, but 2-to-1 score in the capture points. So get off to the side here where I'm protected from the right by this building, where I can look all the way up towards C without really having to worry about getting shot in the right. Something shoots at me, and as I swing the turret over, I catch an M41 basically side on to me, and that's not a shot I'm likely to miss. Right as we finish the capture, I get a second kill as well. So I've got 2 captures and 2 kills in the T-54 1951. That's a pretty good start to the map. Get lit up by a Gepard who promptly gets killed, and then I get set on fire from the right as I'm trying to sweep my turret over towards the Gepard. So sweep the turret back over to the right again to see what it is that is hitting me from up at the C point, and the turret rotation is just so slow in stock config with the T-54 1951 that the tank just can't swing fast enough. And I get taken out by an M56, but it's not a bad start for the T-54 1951 and not a bad start for the battle itself. 2 kills and 2 captures, and I can bring in a fully spaded and talismaned T-10M as a backup vehicle. Yeah, I'm doing alright. So just a quick sweep around to make sure that we don't have anybody in our spawn, just like we have the heavy tank sitting in their spawn, who has totally not done anything for us so far. A lot of our team is killed out, and they're taking the B point back. So we're now losing our advantage on capture points, and we've got just a couple of tanks left on our team. We do have a bomber, but he can't capture points back for us. So we've got a guy sitting in their empty spawn point with no score, while the enemy team is taking the capture points away from us. Don't be that person. Don't be the person who goes, in your whole sole tactic for the battle is to go to the enemy spawn and just sit there. You don't contribute to the team. If this was a battle map or a conquest map, possibly you would be helping, but not in domination. Maybe in battle. You don't help in domination if you do that. So after that M56 got killed next to me, I just happened to drive up right behind an M60A1 and reloading to go chase him down, and he must have realized that he wasn't going to be able to fix his breach in time, and he must have J'd out because I didn't set him on fire. But hey, I'll take the kill there. Works for me.
Attention to the map. Attack the enemy points. Enemy forces have captured the zone.
So the enemy team is now taking the A point, I'm taking the B point, and we're just barely starting to take the C point back from them, but we had a pretty good loss of tickets there. So I dropped a little bit of smoke to make sure I can finish the capture here on the B point while I'm also typing. And there it is, our guy in the spawn point has been killed by the one guy he was able to kill. So comes back in an M551 under spawn protection and lights up our T10 and destroys him. So all that time he spent there, he managed to kill one M60. Not a big contribution to the team's effort. Sure, he took out an M60A1, but all the while we were losing tickets and losing capture points. And that Rocket Hot missed badly to his unfortunate demise, as I get a pretty good hit with my Heat FS shells right into his ammo racks there, and then switch back over to the APC BC shells. I'd had the Heat FS loaded up for a follow-up shot on the M60A1 just to make sure I could get a good hit into him. So I got strafed by an F9F there who missed me and crashed into the ground, but there's our team taking the C point back, and I dropped a smoke grenade there as a distraction for the enemy team. I'd been marked there by getting hit by the rockets from the F9F, so I dropped smoke and just kept right on going so that if any enemies were heading to that point, they would see the smoke and hopefully sit there and wait and camp on the smoke, looking for me to come out of it or waiting for me to repair inside it, and basically act as a distraction while I continued back on to the A point to take it back away from them. Now inside the A point, I dropped my other smoke canister, and this one was intentionally to cover me, although I did get on the other side of the brick wall, again, where there's a little bit of smoke for me to sit and cover, but I'm not in the main center of the smoke, or the obvious place to be sitting if somebody comes along looking for me. So as we finish up the capture at the A point, that gives me 2 kills and 2 captures for each one of my 2 tanks for a total of 4 kills and 4 captures. That's a pretty good battle. Now I've got a 100% research booster turned on, and I've got a talisman on my T10M, so that's a really good, it's going to end up really good for us. I also did soak up a pretty fair amount of damage in the T-54 1951, which does contribute slightly to the score. Although the talisman on the T10M is really the best thing I've got going for me at my 8.0 Soviet lineup. I considered a few... I have the IS-2 1944 Revenge for the Hero Brother, which I had gotten as a premium Tier 4 grinding machine, and the T10M with the talisman actually gets a better research score than the IS-2 1944 Revenge for the Hero Brother, and it's a better tank all around, so... It's fun to drive the IS-2 Revenge, but I'm better off research-wise and score-wise with my T10M, plus it's a much better, much faster, much more survivable tank, so... Plus I like it. I just like the T10. I hated fighting against it, but I do like it as a... it's definitely one of my favorites, which is why I put the Talisman on it for the Soviets. It's definitely a good grinding machine. So nothing really doing here at the southern point, so I'm going to head up towards the middle and see if I can't run into any enemies who might be coming back from the few enemies that are left. And there's somebody getting marked up at the C point, so I'm going to reverse and turn and head myself up to the C point because there's somebody about to take the C point there. So, change course, head back up north yet again from the A point, heading up to C. And see if we can't stop the guy who's threatening up there at C, because while we've got a pretty good ticket lead at this point, and it seems like we're in pretty good shape to win, I want to make sure that that is the case all the way through the end of the battle. And ignoring threats near the capture points is a really good way to suddenly have the battle turn around on you, which is kind of how we turned them around this battle and had this comeback that we did. And there's the M551 destroyed, who was the light tank up at C point, so no trouble there. Now, right as I just happened to zoom out, I catch a P-47 in an interesting climb here. Stalling out. I'm not exactly sure what he was doing, but just, I'm not sure if he suddenly had to go AFK or something, or what happened, but he went completely into a stall and then fell out of the sky again. And unfortunately, I couldn't score any hits on him with my machine guns on the top of my tank because he crashes out in a second, and it would have counted as a kill, but oh well. I'll take the score I got and be happy with it, because it certainly is going to be very good. Still just kind of sweeping back and forth between the capture points here, making sure that I am in a good defensive position to turn around and react to anybody assaulting any of our capture points. Although at this point in the battle, our victory is pretty much sealed. We've got such a lead on tickets, and we do have enough players left on our team, and we're spread out enough that we're not all going to get killed by the same bombing run or the same enemy tank or anything, that we're pretty much got it now. And boy, the spaded out T10 is just fun to drive. It's so mobile for a heavy tank. The enemy team makes it into the A point to start capturing, but it's just a case of it's too late for it to make any bit of difference. Just like my kill on this T95E1 here, after the battle is over, is going to be too late to make a difference for anything. But still, boom. So there it is. We pulled off the seesaw, come from behind, comeback victory there, and I ended up with 4 kills, 4 captures, and only 1 death. Not too bad at all. With a 100% research booster, that equals 13,053 research towards my T62, so not bad at all. A pretty good amount of research towards the FBE, my T54 1951. So there's the kills, including the one after the fact. There's the mission awards. Second place, not too bad, was in first for quite a bit of the battle and just got bumped out at the very end. And that'll do. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know in the comments below. See you guys in the next video. Thanks for stopping by, and have a great day.